right there. Holy shit. What's going on, and welcome back. Man, I am excited to make this video today because the other day we took Project Stepchild to the track and we ran in another stick shift class, and man, I had a blast. Huge shout out to Cody. Took my buddy Cody with me, and man, he helped me out, did the filming on the outside of the car for you guys, so we have some footage outside instead of just my helmet camera that I had set up. So huge shout out to Cody, man. I appreciate you doing that for me, and man, we had a good time hanging out. Now, I don't want to ramble too much in this video because I want to get to the point, because you guys have been waiting for this footage ever since I put out the post on my community tab. So I've got a lot of interest in it, and you know, I'm just excited to bring this content to you guys because this is what you've been waiting for. This is what you want to see. So without further ado, here we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the time slip for each pass and discuss what was going on, what the situation was, and you know, that kind of deal. So basically, I made 3 passes. One was a test pass, and the other 2 were in the stick shift class. So let me get to these time slips. I'll even post them up on the screen here so you can see them, and we'll talk about them individually, and then after I show the time slip, I'll show you the video footage. See, so the first pass, like I said, was a test pass. Basically, they were we had to wait for quite a while because they were doing a lot of roll racing and that kind of stuff, and no prep, so we waited quite a while. So it wasn't until almost 4 o'clock we made the first pass, but wanted to get 1 test pass in. I wanted to actually do 2, but I wanted to let the car cool down before we got into actual eliminations. So anyway, here we go with the first pass. This is what we ran. So looking at the time slip, we had a 1:08.5 60 foot. Not that great. The car spun. I was kind of unhappy about that, as to be expected, but not a terrible 60 foot, but definitely not what we want. So 185 60 foot, and then ran a 725 in the 8th at 105.12 miles per hour. And that equated to an 11.104 in the quarter at 128.21. So I wasn't terribly upset about this time slip because it actually showed the potential of what the car can do. Yes, it spun, and I had to let off and get back in it, but to still pull out a 185 60 foot and a 725 11.104 at 105 in the 8th and 128 miles per hour in the quarter, this tells me that this car is making good power and that it should be able to get well into the 10s in the quarter. So I was actually kind of pleased with this time slip, even though I spun. But that was the test pass, like I said, so here's the footage on that. Okay, so on to the next time slip. This is actually the first round of the stick shift Shootout, and they were not showing times on the scoreboard. So that means I did not get the other car's times on my time slip. Let's go over this. I had a .0721 reaction time. Darlington uses .000 as a perfect reaction time, and mine was .0721. So really good reaction time. I actually treated the other guy, got out on him, which is something that I needed to win this round. So on to the 60 foot, a 188 60 foot, 735 in the 8th and 103, and 1119 at 129 miles per hour in the quarter. So 1119 at 129, and yes, I did catch the win on this round, and I was super excited, man. Stuff just started coming out of my mouth. I was just saying stuff. You will see in the footage here, I was extremely excited. This is unscripted, you know, whatever you want to call it, you know, Pony 1992, unleashed, unscripted, whatever you want to say. But the stuff just come out of my mouth. I couldn't help it. I was extremely excited for winning this first round because there were only 5 racers that were running in the class. It started as 6. So let's go over, you know, the situation of the class. So there were 6 entries, 6 paid entries, $50 each. So it was $300 in the pot, right? So 5 showed up to the driver's meeting. So there was 6, 5 showed up. The $50 from the 6th guy stayed in the pot, stayed there as part of the winnings. So that was cool. It's kind of like, you know, somebody's already eliminated. So anyway, so the first round was really important because there are two pairs running, and then one got the bye run. So unfortunately, I drew another guy. I didn't draw the bye run. So I had to race another guy. Now this car, it was either a 13 or 14 GT. There was a parachute on the back of this car, so I was a little bit, I don't know. I didn't think I would make it past the first round because of how the car looked. But you can't always judge a car by the way it looks, and the fastest car doesn't always win the round. So keep that in mind whenever you go drag racing. Get up there. If you're racing heads up, give it all that you can, because you never know. That's the cool thing about drag racing. You never know what's going to happen. And for me, I don't know if, you know, he was all out, if he was running as fast as he could. I don't know. But all I know is I won that round, and I was really excited. So anyway, so moving on.
Coming through. Shootout first round coming through. To that heavyweight second round.
was a ride right there. Holy shit.
After that first round, we went back to the staging lanes. Now the way that they were running it was they were running each class, like just running the whole class. So it was kind of a back-to-back kind of thing, which I didn't really care for, but you know, it is what it is. The thing that really concerned me with that was the heat soak. So I did experience some heat soak with the Whipple supercharger because there just wasn't enough time to cool down between rounds. So anyway, getting back to it, pulled around back to the staging lanes, and we were sitting there, popped the hood, tried to let it cool as much as I could. And then Lewis, one of the guys that puts on the event, walked up. He pointed at the other two cars. So at this point, there's only 3 racers left. And he pointed at the other 2 cars. He said, "You guys are running." He looked at me and said, "You got the buy run." So that was awesome. I couldn't believe that, you know, I was actually given the buy run. You know, so first round, I think there was a little bit of luck in there in beating the other guy. And then second round, I got the buy run. So that means I went straight to the final round, and I got to sit in the staging lanes a little bit longer to hopefully cool my car down. So man, that was huge. And you know, I gladly accepted the buy run, obviously. So anyway, moving on to the final round. So the first final round appearance in Project Stepchild with the Whipple supercharger. I was pretty excited about that. So the car that I lined up against, you will see, is a New Edge car. I think it is an actual Cobra. He is running a Coyote with a Vortex supercharger. So odds were against me. And yes, this car had a parachute as well. I didn't know anything about this car until the next day when I actually looked him up and, you know, find out what the car really runs. So anyway, so getting to the round, so we line up. Let me go over this time slip, and I'll show you the footage on that. Okay, so first and foremost, you will see a 0.013 reaction time. I chopped the tree down on this pass. I mean, I looked at that and I was pretty excited just by the reaction time. But 0.013, chopped the tree down. I got a 180 60 foot, a 731 in the 8th at 104. Yes, the car was slowing down because, like I said, there was some heat soak. And 1121 in the quarter at 127 miles per hour. Now, one thing you will notice about this time slip is it says winner in the other lane. In the footage you will see, he was way out in front of me. And as I found out after that day, you know, this is a 9-second car, a mid 9-second car that I was up against. And he ran very well. So anyway, let's go to the footage of that race and see what you guys think.
6-shift finals. 6-shift shootout finals coming to you guys. Straight in the yellow Mustang. And a burgundy 5.0.
Damn it, that was fun as hell.
Okay, so judging by the thumbnail and the title of this video, you guys are like, well, wait a minute, you said you won. Well, I did not win the class. I did not come out as the #1 car, but I did win because the first place or the winner and runner-up, or first and second, however you want to call it, the winner gets 80% of the pot. The runner-up gets 20%. Now, I had forgotten about this until a little bit after that pass, and Cody reminded me. He's like, you know, you won some money. And I was like, I damn sure did. So anyway, so the pot was 300. He got 240. I won 60 bucks. Yeah, so the thumbnail and the title of the video, it's not a lie. I did win. I won some money. I won 60 bucks. I won enough to cover my entry fee into the class. And you know what? Sometimes that's just good enough. You know what I mean? I was excited to even just be there, to go 2 rounds basically. Yes, I only had to race 1, but I got to buy a round in a second. So to make it, you know, a few rounds at a race, I mean, it really means a lot because you put your hard-earned money and your time, your blood, sweat, tears into these cars, and you know, sometimes it pays off. Did I win back all the money I put into it? Hell no. But all the work, all the time, finally getting out there, going some rounds, worth every penny, worth every drop of sweat, worth every second of time. So yeah, man, I was just completely stoked about even, you know, participating in this event. If you'd like to check it out, it is Columbia Car Meets, and this was the Streetcar Shootout VI. I'll actually link Columbia Car Meets down in the description, and then you'll find out about the different events by that. It's kind of it's not really a club, it's just a meet, kind of like a Cars and Coffee, but it's huge. They do a meet once a month, and they've been putting on these shootouts. And the next one they're having, actually, it is this month still in Rockingham, which I won't be able to make that one, but that's okay. I think the car is actually going to be done maybe for the season. I don't know if we'll get back to the track before the season's over. I don't know. We're already pushing mid-November, so you never know. It depends on the weather. Depends on how cold it gets. Maybe the tracks will shut down. Maybe they won't. Just depends on the weather. And, you know, we'll see what happens. But I've got some changes I need to make to this car over the off-season. So looking at the time slips, I haven't run a 10-second pass, but I'm running mile per hour that is good enough for 10s. Well into the 10s in my opinion. So I've got to make some changes with this car during the off season. I mean, I have to. I can't keep running the car as is. I don't think it's going to get much faster the way it's set up now. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean more boost? You know, what does that mean? I got a few things in mind that I'm going to do with the car, and I don't want to say yet because I haven't gotten everything together. So turn your notifications on to the channel. We're gonna get back on the Nova. I've got to get this wiring done. The car's sitting right there. I'm looking at this wiring. I've got to get it done. We got to get this Nova running. I want the Nova running for spring next year. So it's not going to happen unless I get in here, quit messing with Stepchild for a little bit, and get back on the Nova. We need to make that happen. There's a lot of guys out there watching that are waiting for that content. I will still do my best to try to make some content with this car. We'll see what happens. We'll just see how it goes. But I've got to get back on the Nova, and I want that car running in the spring next year. So yeah, I've got to get back on it. It's not going to build itself. It's not going to wire itself, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm going to quit rambling. Got some things coming up with Ram clutches. They're going to use the car for different things that they've got going on, which is really cool. I don't know if I'll get to film any of that, but we'll see. If I can, I will definitely bring it to the channel and bring it to you guys. But yeah, that is it, man. I finally won some money at an event, and I was pretty stoked about it. And as you guys saw from that first round of eliminations, yeah, I was pretty excited. So Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, man, come on, what are you waiting for? And we'll see you on the next one.